The Epstein case is really fascinating, and I mean, because there's just too much to go through. It's like from like rich people to these psychotic Jewish hatred, from like conspiracies, from party to politician, degenerate like sexual practices and orgies and drugs. So it's like there's just too much. So I don't know where to start. So I'm gonna go through some article. This is just a video that I come across. So because like once you listen to one of them, it's like they all got the same talking point. Because the way free speech works in America is, and in the West in general, is that you have like everything is constrained. Like you have these boundaries. You can't cross it. So everybody is end up speaking about the same thing. His name is Daniel Goldman.
That's ridiculous. The grand jury testimony, of course, will only relate to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the two people who were charged in the case. It's not going to include all of the other witness interviews. It's not going to include texts and emails. It's not going to include photographs and videos. It's not going to include all of the evidence that will relate to other people involved in the sex trafficking ring, including Donald Trump. So this is Donald Trump's effort, with Pam Bondi doing his dirty work as always, to gaslight you into thinking they're turning over the Epstein files, when in reality, they're turning over nothing that is relevant to what everybody deserves.
So that's something that I really do not understand, why there's this obsession with these so-called like Epstein files and all that. The thing that they want is, what is that? Text and emails and video footage. You really think that they're gonna give you video footage of rich people having sex with minor or whatever, going on, orgies? That's what you're trying to get? Like, are these people like living in some like parallel universe? Like, it would never happen. These people are literally worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars. I was watching that documentary. I made the reaction video a long time ago. So that was about like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. They were talking about these women, some of them, who got duped, into the situation or whatever. So they went to the Palm Beach police station and they trying to report the crime for whatever what happened. And this is just what they said in the documentary. They say they went to the police and the police wouldn't wouldn't pursue the legal charges and all that. The reason she gave in the interview was that the police department was owned by Jeffrey himself. So this is not about just Jeffrey or Trump or these politicians I'm telling you, this is about Western civilization. The entire thing is corrupt. Like, I'm not even talking about America specific. I talk about all of that. And that's my position about covering this topic. I don't just address one specific, because this goofball want to just like talk about Trump and all that. So I came across this video, and like I told you, it's about the West. The West in general is engaged in this type of behavior, and like I said, the governor was involved, the mayors, the police department, everybody knew it. And he and Jeffrey and his team, or whatever you want to call them, they were all acting, with impunity, and nobody until like for decades. And this is what I find frustrating. You want to talk about this one specific. No, I don't do that. I don't like talk about one specific person or what. I talk about everything, because I gonna criticize everybody and everybody that is involved and everything that where these things emerged from. Because you want to disassociate the culture and the civilization where this shit emerged from. And I know you're going to say, oh, other people doing the same. Not at the same level. You literally had this guy doing these type of behavior for decades. Now, this is a video. Okay, this is your president. And look at what they're doing here.
An exhaustive round of personal interviews designed to help our judges.
I cannot find the tweet, but they were talking about this is some mannequin type of shows or what? Not shows. It's a competition or what it is.
Inside the judging room.
It's a casting
And
cast.
out.
I'm just so excited.
Each girl was considered not only for her beauty and poise, but also for her personality and that indefinable
Something extra.
And this is what you're doing. You tell me, oh, this is just about one politician. Look, this is what you're doing. This woman looks like she's 14 and all that. And the reason I just came across this video just by chance. I wasn't expecting to put it in the video. This is a huge problem in the modeling industry. There's too much traffic and too much prostitution that is happening and you're gonna hear it from these guys.
The connection between financial exploitation and sexual abuse has a lot to do with survival. If you don't feel like you can survive on your own, that you have the power to shape your own world, you're more likely to do whatever it is that they want in order to have that stability, to have that safety. Not every single agent I had sexually abused me, but many of them did.
I experienced sexual exploitation that was all started by financial exploitation.
Like I said, this is happening all the time. Look at even this guy. This guy is a dude. And even he was exploited, you know.
This designer really loved the idea
This
of
is
buying
really
drinks, and
absurd.
Drinks led to being overserved and being
Drunk, see
blackout drunk, and
alcohol.
learning that the designer sexually exploited me.
It wasn't sort of a common conversation to talk about, like, oh, hey, like, my agency is not paying me,
And I don't have any problem with two things. First of all, I think prostitution should be legal. So I don't misconstrue what I'm saying and think that I have a problem with prostitution. And also modeling, it's I don't see any problem with it. The issue, it's not the modeling itself, it's not the job, it's the people. And that's why y'all trying to always divorce, you know, the culture and the society from the behavior and the actions. You say, oh, well, those are just people. Well, modeling happen everywhere in the world. But the level of trafficking, human trafficking and prostitution, she was saying, I think, I don't think if
a photographer just sexually assaulted me. I actually went into a casting with a photographer who had me stripped naked, and it was just a casting.
Yes, this is what I was trying to address. I mean, they strip you naked. You know why? Because power imbalance. You know, they do that in interrogation when you get arrested or something like that. They remove your clothes because what is the word? Yeah, to create this power imbalance, right? And this is also ties into this hijab, you know, with these Muslim women when they were covering their head and all that. And the West has a huge problem with it. And I think this is related because the less clothes the woman is wearing, the more power that the man is going to have. Now, it's something that is very hard to explain in one sentence. So I don't want to go through it. The reason the West is so obsessed with miniskirts and high heel and showing ankles and showing their hair it's because of the power imbalance. Because the less clothes you are wearing, the more objectified you are. And women are treated as objects in the West. I mean, you can disagree with me all you want. But let's continue. Well, just look at this shit. This is your president.
Thank you very much, Ingrid. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
When it came time to choose the 21 finalists, emotions ran high as each judge expressed his or her opinion.
Probably everybody watched this movie. This is the 50 Shades of Grey. This movie was one of the most successful movies of all time. Grossed 160 million in the United States and Canada alone, and 400 million in other countries for a worldwide total of 560 million. But the reason I'm showing you that, it took them 40 million for the budget. The reason I'm showing you that, you will say, oh, other people have watched it, other culture also watch it. Yes, that's true. They also watch it because you keep exporting your bullshit to everybody. You're trying to impose your way of life to everybody. Now the plot is this: you have this 21-year-old Anastasia, her name Anna, and she was an English literature major at Washington State University in Vancouver. And when her roommate, etc., so she met the guy. The guy is she went with this billionaire entrepreneur. He was 27 years old. and he was a billionaire, and they got together. You know, she fell in love with him or whatever happened. You know, so after drinking too much, she called Christian, saying she's returning the books, etc. So after two makeouts in the elevator, and he takes her for a ride. And every movie that you make is there's always some intimacy. You know, it's called intimacy for a reason. It's supposed to be intimate between two people. You're not supposed to show it to the entire world. But you can't make that, you know. You can't make a movie without some sex scenes, some people fornicating, like, and you export this shit to the rest of the world. So he insists, however, that she sign a non-disclosure agreement, exactly like this Jeffrey Epstein. So he explained that he is the dominant one and who engaged in sexual bondage relationship. This is one of the most successful movie. You see what I bring up this article? But only define it in a contract between the participants and I reveal that she is a virgin. I can't deal with that. Anyway, remember these women over here. Her name is Bobby or whatever, you know her name. She set an OnlyFans record with 1 million earned in the first six hours. And the reason I want to address that is because this bitch was, first of all, she has no talent. You always make these people, talentless people, famous for no reason. But anyway, she started this OnlyFans. She was a minor. And the day she reached 18 years old, she started an OnlyFans. And then she made, how much? You motherfuckers started to subscribe to her OnlyFans. I don't understand like why you do that. First of all, I don't understand why you are paying for pictures of like women. And she was a minor. When she was 18, she made millions of dollars. How did she make? How much? She made $1 million in her first few hours. In few hours, she made $1 million. And like I said, she was 18. And the reason, the reason this is so outrageous is because if OnlyFans was legal at 16 years old, y'all make her a millionaire in few hours. It will make no difference. Even if she was 14, you will subscribe to her OnlyFans. I don't want to hear none about this shit about like you had thousands of people, if not tens of thousands of people, just waiting, you know, to subscribe. She made that $1 million in a few hours. These people were waiting for her to make the OnlyFans and start seeing these pornographic, you know, contents and all that. She break the motherfucking OnlyFans record. And then she ended up with like 26 million. I can't even remember. So this is like why I said Western civilization, because I have a point. Like I'm not just making this stuff up. This one thing I just came across. This is just another just by accident. There was this video about this thing they set up in the UK. So this has nothing to do with America. This is in the UK. They call it the Sex Fest. Really, I cannot deal with this shit. Like I'm so tired about this. Like really, like the more times goes, like the more you end up like just doubling down on the same nonsense. So this is a 3-day sex and fetish event called the Swingathon. Kicked off Thursday. So you pay $200, £200, and you can play in tents. There's like pole dancing, hot tubs, foam parties, mobile dungeons, and sex game like butt plug bingo. Wow. And this is what you have. You say, oh, why there's like pedophilia and human trafficking? Motherfucker, you have this shit in public. You are setting up tents and engaging in degeneracy in public. And you tell me some rich guy is doing some weird stuff with minors or young women right? And orgies, and there's like drugs, and there's like politicians involved. I don't know why you're surprised. It's this selective outrage that you have. It's absolutely. I just don't understand it. So they setting up these tents in public. Of course, they're trying to hide it over here. But there's like some people complaining about about the screaming. And this is like including LGBTQ, and this is consensual. So they always have to like non-monogamy king. Oh my God. Another article that I want to address. Look, this is your people. This is the most religious people in your society. And look what they're doing. Almost 1,700 priests and clergy accused of sex abuse and unsupervised. So they got just to commit everything they want. And these people are priests. Look, this is your guy. White European. He's from you. 5,000 clergy member, whatever it says. The name of Mark. 5,000, they were names. They were named. 2,000 will remain alive and determine where they have lived and worked, and nobody can find them. And you know, this is specifically in the United States. This happened in the United States from the Roman Catholic Church. But this problem with priests abusing children, it's not just in the US. It happened in France, Italy, Germany, the UK, Sweden. It happened all over Europe, right? And then when they get caught, see what they do? They send them to some other country, so they cannot be persecuted or accused, or so they will not face legal charges, and they will keep continuing doing the same thing. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If you have anything to add, leave it in the comment below, and see you next time.